Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and I was pulled to do a second daily message for the collective. So I guess we're going to call this like a bonus message. I don't know why I kept feeling a tug to come back on and record another message. We're going to see what comes through. I was asked to pull a couple of different decks. I did pull my daily guidance from your angels deck is what they asked me to start with today by Doreen Virtue. And I also grabbed the Divine Energy Oracle deck. So we're going to get some Oracle messages. And then we're going to pull in with the tarot and see what kind of a message kind of needs to come through. So I'm curious to see what this pull was to do a second message. So let's jump in, guys, and start with the daily guidance from your angels. Keep in mind, this reading is not going to be time specific. I will call out any zodiac signs that I do feel need mentioning. But apparently somebody out there needs this second message today. So something to do with a relationship issue is kind of what I'm feeling. And I think maybe you kind of need to ask yourself, what is it that you deeply desire? Because love is at the heart of the matter, I think, when it comes to this message. When it comes to relationships, your primary relationship is always, always, always going to be with yourself and with God. So every other relationship follows from there. So are you connected with yourself? Are you nurturing yourself? Do you have, good self-worth? And are you connected to your higher guidance? Because I feel if you want to attract healing into your life and balance within your relationships, I think it's really time to get connected with the Creator, your higher self, and to feel safe and loved from within first and foremost. And then all of your other relationships are going to be able to blossom and prosper. So you might be coming into a chance meeting around the corner when it comes to, meeting somebody new. I think get ready for a divinely orchestrated, fated meeting. And maybe this is going to be a catalyst to set some wheels in motion when it comes to meeting some new people. I think the divine is sending us all some new people into our lives when it comes to soul connections. And we're going to have to really use our intuition, because I think this is going to be a new partnership that's coming on your path, and you're going to recognize them by the energy that they carry. Do they feel familiar? Or does it feel like home? Because I feel the doorway opportunity is opening up for all of us in the collective when it comes to rewriting our destiny, really going after our true heart's desires. So I think get ready to clearly decide upon what it is that you truly desire. And then you're going to have to believe it. You're going to have to believe that you're ready and you're deserving of this, because I think this is going to be a rushed energy. And definitely love is at the heart of the matter. So I think if you are in tuned with the highest energy, with love of self, it's going to be safe for you to open up your heart when it comes to this fated encounter coming in. So let's see what needs to come through, guys. I think fresh air. I think this relationship coming in is going to feel like a breath of fresh air, especially after going through some very hefty karmic cycles. So I think it's time to open up your eyes and your heart to a brand new loving experience. And maybe to do that, you're going to just have to take a leap of faith and go for it. So I feel somebody's prayers have been heard, and they are about to get answered, because the divine has been working on relationship issues with all of us in the collective, and we are always watched over. So I feel this Genesis energy, which is like a 0 point, a Genesis 0 point. So stay present in the moment, and I feel the angels are going to take you really far when it comes to this new relationship coming in. And you might really want to listen. And we do that by quieting the mind, and we connect with our higher self, and they're going to send you that reassurance. Reassurance. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. Mercury retrograde. Okay. I think this is going to be a very receptive connection, and it is exactly what you desire when it comes to a manifestation. So quiet the mind. Allow the heart to hear the messages coming in, because the heart is the gateway receptor to our intuition. So, and maybe this is a connection that will lead you onto your service-based mission. Blissful energy is kind of what I'm feeling. Well, let's see what else needs to come through with this deck. That was a huge pile. So that relationship come out again, and it is about the heart chakra. So yeah, that's what we got. We got the relationship card. What do you desire? And a brand new partnership on your path. So heart is in focus. You're definitely going to need to release and surrender. So I kind of feel blessings are coming in, and that radiant loving connection that you've been praying for is coming. But you might have to open up your arms and your heart when it comes to receiving it. And you might have to release any struggles or challenges that you've been holding on to tightly, gripping to control, if you want to open up your heart to this brand new connection, because somebody is getting ready to take that leap of faith without a doubt. And heart energy for sure. That's probably why I felt this. There's a lot of energy working behind the scenes. And so somebody here, I feel, has been doing a lot of energy work on the healing journey. And our body, our emotional body, our energy field, it all responds, to the way we treat it. So what kind of frequency are you emitting when it comes to your healing journey? We all have healing hands, and I feel this connection coming in is really going to activate your heart and the next level of your healing journey. So maybe it's time to explore some energy work of your own. I heard clients, so somebody here may already be an energy worker of some sort, but whatever's coming in next with this new relationship cycle, it is likely going to lead to a deep spiritual union of two souls, a wedding, a marriage of some sort. And I think this is a connection that's going to bring forward mutual respect, commitment, and it's going to be able to allow you to deepen your love of self over time, and your love for humanity is what I'm feeling. So have faith that you have established a well-founded foundation in preparation for this new relationship cycle. So and then we got all of these in reversed. I think we're going to put those back, and we're going to see if there's any other messages that need to come through. Let your past go. So there is a need to surrender and release the past. So what burdens from the past have you been carrying around? What burdens from the past have you been carrying around? Because I think in order for this new partner to come in, you're going to have to set down a long-standing burden. So I think keep with you only the lessons that you learned. And, release whatever you need to release with love. And be ready to leave everything behind. Everything you don't want, everything you don't need, and anything that is long past gone. So, yeah, because somebody here's mastered the law of attraction. Beautiful. And every time we emit a thought or word, you think of spell casting, our thoughts and our words do create our reality. So watch your thought process, because every thought we emit into the cosmic energy comes back to us. So I think we all have the power to choose our thoughts. We all have the power to align our thoughts with love, peace, and harmony. And so I feel this request for this new higher frequency love is coming in, but you're going to have to attune with the law of attraction, because somebody here has asked for something. Somebody here has been daydreaming about a new relationship, and we were in all of that Piscean energy. When Jupiter was in Pisces, it was collective transformation. It was dreamlike energy. It was about, relaxing and opening the mind and, directing our thoughts on what it is that we want to bring into our lives. And now that Jupiter is in Aries, it's saying be self-directed and do what you need to do to bring this into your life. We're done dreaming about it, and now we're going to take action. So somebody here has prayed and asked for help. Somebody here has done a lot of work when it comes to self-reflection, integration, and aligning. And I feel somebody here is being set free from the past as they fully surrender and let go of everything not meant for them. We all have free will. But somebody here, I feel, has been patiently awaiting something that they've prayed for a very long time, something that they've been dreaming about. So notice the feelings that are coming up. Notice the visions that you have for the future and any ideas that are coming over. I think that really is the seat of our creativity when it comes to embracing this breath of fresh air. So I feel this is a connection that is going to bring forward the highest energy of joy in your life.
It's a very magical connection I'm feeling, springing almost out of nowhere. So joy too. Joy is what allows you to attract more joy into your life. So this is going to be a connection that will reach unlimited potential. And I think it's kind of time to let the sun set on the past, to embrace a new avenue in your life, and to see the beauty in every ending when it comes to knowing the sun's always going to rise again tomorrow. So endings just are merely the start of a new beginning. And I know endings don't feel good, but when we close out a major phase or a cycle in our lives, we kind of have to surrender and let go. And we have to trust that we've learned that lesson, and the next cycle is going to bring in a lot more abundance. So, any endings that we've gone through recently was like a blessing in disguise. So sometimes we don't want to see that there's problems below the surface. And sometimes, we set that intention and that prayer for something better. And when a relationship breaks down, it's really not meant to work. And it really is like a blessing in disguise. So there's always a reason when it comes to a big time ending. And I feel this resolution when it comes to, tapping into our infinite wisdom, tapping into learning some major karmic lessons when it comes to negative relationship cycles. And I feel somebody's prayer is being answered in a way that they least expect it. And I do feel this is going to lead to a union of some sort. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Divine Energy Oracle deck. Yeah, accept disappointments gracefully. Anything that is falling away and dying away really was preventing you from shining your light, from stepping into your truth. So let's see what else needs to come through with this deck, and then we are going to jump in with the tarot. Somebody here has been very patiently waiting for what it is that they deserve. I feel this could have been a process over several years when it comes to releasing burdens and anything around your past that really has made you weary of believing in true love again. I think somebody's been facing all kinds of adversities when it comes to raising their vibration. So a lot of energy work, a lot of electrifying energy is kind of what I'm feeling. I've got goosebumps all over the top of my crown at the moment. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Divine Energy Oracle deck for this bonus message. Accept what is dying. Ooh, grieve your losses, face your shadow, face your adversities. So I kind of feel there is something dying away. And this is where we learn to let go of the past. So there's definitely a loss. And with all losses and endings do come that new beginning. So what is it that you need to accept is dead and gone? It's already been dying away. You can't keep gripping to control to something that just isn't working just because you don't want to go into the grief and feel the ending. Somebody here is going into a lot of shadow aspects when it comes to the past, when it comes to surrendering and opening up their arms to this blessing in disguise. So somebody's facing their adversities and learning to laugh at their demons. We all have a shadow side. We all have a negative aspect that we need to kind of integrate, especially when it comes to these negative relationship patterns. None of us are innocent when it comes to a relationship breakdown. It always takes two to tango. So really go into the heart. Face your shadow when it comes to negative relationship cycles, and trust that, the energy work you've been doing, what you've been praying for, what you've been asking for is going to bring in this breath of fresh air. It is going to bring in a higher union of souls when it comes to relationships. But you kind of got to accept what's dying away if you really want to bring in this new energy. So we're going to read into accept what is dying, grieve your losses, face your shadow, because this is feeling like a huge completion when it comes to somebody on the awakening path. Somebody definitely on the awakening path. So let's see if we can find accept what's dying. There we go, 89. And let's read into this, because I know we're in the precipice of closing out all of these karmic cycles. And what page was that on? 89. So, endings are never easy. And I feel there's definitely something clearly coming to an end in your life. So whether you've lost interest in somebody, or, there's just no more enthusiasm in that contract to carry on, I do feel it's a big energy of surrender. So somebody is being called to accept the ending of a karmic cycle. And this really does represent the death, life, and rebirth cycles. So somebody, I think, has not been wanting to admit what's ending in their life, holding on to a lot of nostalgia and sentimentality. And it's kind of time to get honest and frank with yourself, to maybe assess what it is that you've been wasting time tending to, because we can't keep tending to these dead relationships simply because we're afraid to be alone, because then we will never ever grow. So it's time for big changes collectively. It's time to face the unknown with courage and confidence, and to trust that there is an exciting and more beautiful relationship cycle awaiting you. So I think we're all kind of being invited to understand that with every ending, we're crossing the threshold to becoming a new person, to rebirthing ourselves into a new energy, to get to the next level. So I think stop prolonging or denying what has ceased to bring you joy in your life. Accept this inevitable truth, and that this connection has ended, and it's time to consciously allow it to die away. If you want to step into this new cycle, you cannot run from your emotions. You can run, but you're going to have them buried below the surface, and you're going to take all of these negative emotions into your next relationship cycle if you don't face them. We can't deny sorrow when it comes to an ending. We can't deny fear when it comes to not knowing what's next. We kind of got to resign when it comes to embracing endings, and fully trust that with all endings will come that new beginning. So I feel somebody is getting ready to enter into a new phase, but you got to kind of grieve this loss first. And if you're not willing to go into the grief of the ending, then you're just going to carry that pain into your next relationship. Or you're going to stay stuck somewhere you don't belong, and who wants to waste, another 5, 10, 15 years of their life in a relationship that doesn't bring them joy? Because then you're going to look back on your life and you're going to be like, man, I wish I chose something different a long time ago. So 93, grieve your losses. Have you actually grieved what has ended in your life? Because if you want to get past the past, you kind of got to feel any losses and endings. And, so many in the collective, we go from an ending a relationship, and within a month or 2 months, you're in another relationship. Did you really give yourself time to learn the lesson? Did you actually grieve, or did you just jump from one relationship to another to not have to feel an ending? Because then you're going to bring all of that emotional baggage into that next relationship. You kind of got to take time to be alone and integrate these lessons. So if it feels like you're going backwards and you can't get past a past cycle, you kind of got to embrace this ending. You got to accept it. You got to stop dwelling, when it comes to the inevitable. And you got to learn. And we don't learn from these losses if we don't feel them. Otherwise, we're going to keep repeating these same mistakes, these same cycles over and over again. And then it's going to feel like entrapment. And you're not going to feel free to manifest something brand new. And if you want to do something different, you kind of got to release the past. So I feel we're all kind of being called to grieve any endings from the past, any losses. And this could be a relationship lost, a crossed over loved one, any grief. Where do you need to learn from any past mistakes? And mistakes is how we learn. We all make mistakes. I don't know that we should call them mistakes. They're lessons for sure. And every time we learn from our mistakes, we can improve our self-reflection. We can improve our creative efforts, and then we can attract what our heart truly seeks. So that's how we allow ourselves to be reborn. We kind of got to face our shadow. We got to go into the depths and into the depths of these sorrows, and allow the sword to be fully expelled, fully expressed when it comes to these endings, in order to reach a place of acceptance and forgiveness. We never ever, have errors in judgment. Sometimes, we're just not awakened. And so it's this judgment energy, and kind of, I feel collectively we're being asked to feel all of these feelings. And when it comes to grieving losses, you kind of got to go through the stages of grief. You got to go through the stages of grief. You got to feel all of your feelings, including anger, despair, depression, and then you got to move on. So Healing is a spiral, and there's a brand new life ahead for all of us. But we can't also stay in this state of permanent mourning and grieving when it comes to losses. So, the future has many, many gifts awaiting all of us. But we kind of got to face our shadow first. So where are you needing to integrate your shadow self? So let's read into that. I guess that's why we pick these decks, because it's all kind of lining up together. So face your shadow, face your adversities, laugh at your demons. 101, that sounds like a reset number. 101. Yeah, so, facing your shadow. Where have you been insensitive to the needs of others? Where have you been so fixated on self that you disregarded any emotional damage that you've caused to another? Sometimes we can get so caught up in our own grief, in our own shadow, that we disregard the stress we've caused with others or the estrangement we've caused between ourselves and anybody we're connected with. So I feel somebody here is feeling very, very frustrated with themselves at the moment when it comes to seeing that reflection of their own shadow. And so I feel when we face our shadow, we got to understand those are the wounded aspects of ourselves that were never loved, were never acknowledged. And these are the fragmented pieces of our soul that we need to bring into our awareness when it comes to healing our shadow. So in order to heal our shadow, we kind of got to love ourselves. But in order to love ourselves, we got to go into the heart. And when we go into the heart, we have to feel the grief of everything that has ever caused us pain in the past. And so this is a very heavy task to do. We kind of got to give ourselves permission to fall apart. And we also got to be easy on ourselves as we open up our heart to face all of these inner demons. There's darkness inside all of us, but it is within the darkness that we can seek the light, and we can face our shadow when it comes to taking responsibility for the pain and misery that we've inflicted upon others or that has been inflicted upon us. So without self-love and compassion, there will be no relief. So I think now is the time for all of us in the collective to acknowledge our fears, to acknowledge where we've been codependent and needy, and to bring ourselves into this inner darkness to illuminate self-love and acceptance. So when we accept our shadow compassionately and we see our shadow accurately as like a little inner wounded child, that's when we can really start seeking healthy love and support in our lives. And we all need to reach out for help at a certain point in time. But we also need to be open to receiving that love and that support. When you're open in the heart, that's when you can receive love without causing drama, without reacting with anger or fear or any resistance or dragging negativity into it because you don't believe you're worthy. So we're all beautiful beings of light. We're all beautiful starseed beings that come from God's source, which is pure love in its purest essence. So I feel releasing illusions and believing that we are lovable so we can finally let love in. And if we're going to do that, we got to stop judging ourselves. We got to stop judging others. Whenever we judge another, we're always judging ourselves. We usually project and deflect, especially when we're still living in fear when it comes to rejection or feeling misunderstood. And so this can lead us to rejecting all kinds of healthy relationships. So I kind of feel somebody here is gaining a lot of awareness when it comes to their shadow aspects, their perspective. I know I've gone through a lot of horrible, traumatic experiences in my life to the point where it's created complex PTSD. And I can still look back and find the humor in those temporary moments of distress. And, I don't think anyone purposely tries to hurt us, although there are very malicious people out there. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But I think when we can look at things from all points of view, we all have a deeply inner wounded child, and we all kind of act from this place of protection when we don't have this understanding of these wounds. So we're kind of being asked to release our critical ego and to return to love of our higher self. So in order to do that, we have to lighten up. We have to see the truth. We also kind of have to find the lighter side in any negative present situations we've been going through.
we kind of have to have a laugh a little bit. And I'm so guilty of laughing at the most uncomfortable moments. Let me tell you, I laughed at my grandma's funeral. We all, got to find some humor in some stuff. And when we can find the lighter side of the lesson, that's when we can shed light on the healing progress that we've made. So I think we're being asked to break free from this psychic bondage of all of these negative cycles. And when it comes to overly judgmental energy of self, because that's the ego saying, hey, you don't deserve this high vibration. You need to feel low. You don't deserve high quality relationships. And that's the ego. And then we can get so entrapped in our mind space that we think life is all doom and gloom and all it brings is harshness. There's nobody out there that will ever understand me. And then this can lead to a spiraling depression. And we need to understand, yes, it hurts to embrace endings. But nothing in life is permanent, nothing. And so many of us on the journey are very sensitive empaths. And as sensitive empaths, we can feel very insecure sometimes. So I want you to know you're a beautiful soul. No matter what anybody has said about you in the past, you're beautiful. So you got to look in the mirror and you got to believe it, that you are loved always, now, and forever. And I feel we're kind of being guided back to finding our inner confidence and finding that place of security from within. And when we find that relief and we regain this sense of humor in all of the tragedy we've gone through, that's when we can step into the blessing of this newfound energy. So beautiful message. We're going to grab in with some tarot. I'm actually just going to use the classic tarot by Barbara Moore. Yeah. Wow. Surrender and release. Surrender and release. And, you notice on this Ten of Wands, he's carrying it in the front. So there's a heavy burden somebody's carried inside their heart when it comes to some past wounding. And Tens is like, man, I've carried this for a long, long time. Maybe it's time to release it. Maybe it's time to learn something new. Or maybe it's time to reach out and send a message. Maybe somebody here needs to seek forgiveness when it comes to a burden they've been holding on to. But I feel a huge release when it comes to these past burdens, these past adversaries. Another 10. And accepting any disappointments gracefully. Any tragic endings gracefully. We all meet people that betray us, that hurt us, that stab us in the back. It's really not a reflection of you. I think any past betrayal was to kind of get us all to go within, to find the wisdom in the lesson, to find the beauty in the pain, so we can plant those seeds for the future, for stability, planning for the future, and working through any illusions of the mind. Yeah, because maybe there is a need to make amends for the past, whether you hurt somebody or somebody hurt you. But maybe it's time to, forgive yourself is another big message, because I feel this aligning energy when it comes to love. Absolutely. I didn't even see that Two of Cups when I said that. So brand new connection coming in, fresh air, a connection where the two of you will see eye to eye. There's going to be love. It's going to feel fresh. Maybe it'll make you feel like a teenager again. But I feel there's love to be had here. There is a union of souls trying to come in that will likely lead to a marriage of some sort. Might start off small, but it's definitely going to get you on the path of faith and love again. And it's going to feel like this beautiful breath of fresh air. So let's see what needs to come through with the tarot. The Hanged Man, major shift in perspective, Four of Pentacles, the Strength. So yeah, there's something that you need to release that you've been holding on to if you want that victory and that success. It's time to release this power struggle and to maybe learn something new. And that Ten of Wands come out again. Three of Wands, bottom of the deck, Magician. You got all the tools you need. Somebody here is a master manifester. Taurus, Virgo, somebody here has manifested a brand new beginning. Absolutely, with the Ace of Wands, a beautiful, passionate, brand new beginning. Truthful new beginning. But where are you needing to revisit any past regret when it comes to missed opportunities? Or where are you needing to do some self-reflection when it comes to maybe self-sabotaging a connection due to some fear of commitment? Somebody, I feel, walked away from something here, and maybe they wish they never walked away from it. Maybe they went running away because they were scared of commitment.
scared of the spiritual path, maybe. So we got the Hanged Man, Pisces, Four of Pentacles, Strength. So we're going to clarify that energy because I feel somebody's been holding on to something from the past for a very long time. Absolutely. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, there's a need to release a relationship that's really created a deep sense of lack in your life. I feel, you know, you maybe worked on this for a long, long time. Pentacles, lots of pentacles. So maybe it was due to financial security. I think at one point you worked well together. But I think maybe it's a relationship now you're both struggling financially because your heart's not in it. When your heart's not in it, the money just isn't going to flow because, you know, the universe always hits you in the pocketbook when you're in a contract you're not supposed to be in to get you to move in a new direction. And when we're emotionally bankrupt on the inside, it's really hard to manifest any type of abundance in our lives because abundance comes from within first, and then that joy spreads outwardly. So somebody's learning a lesson, and maybe this is a connection that goes way, way back. Maybe this is a long-standing partnership. Maybe you've been with this person since high school. That could very well be the case. Or a connection where I feel like the two of you instantly hit it off. And it felt like home at first, but I think maybe it led you down the pathway of playing into a lot of negative childhood patterns. So with the 5 and the 3, I'm feeling like an 8 and a 2. So juggling. Do I stick it out? Do I make it work? Do I try one more time? Or am I going to end up right back here in this 5 of Pentacles? Like, oh my God, why did I even try again? Because I don't feel like I'm getting anything because somebody's withholding a lot of emotions from me. So there's a major perspective shift when it comes to, you know, what true stability means. And I feel, you know, true stability is somebody that's going to walk beside you no matter what. But, you know, unconditional love does not mean unconditional acceptance of poor behavior either. So somebody's been on the fence about, do I work on this again? Do I not work on this again? You know, we got a lot of nostalgia here. We got a lot of memories. But I think somebody's being asked to surrender all of this past baggage and take that leap of faith in a new direction. And sometimes we get so comfortable in our comfort zone in these relationships because it is so familiar when it comes to distorted patterns that we grip and we hold for fear of not knowing what's on the other side. So we've got a Pisces and a Leo here. It doesn't have to be, and an Aries. But I feel somebody's learning a lesson about holding on to something longer than they should. And the longer you hold on to something meant to leave your life, the more you're going to struggle. Because the more you resist, the more that energy is going to persist. So somebody's going through a period of enlightenment, maybe self-punishment, learning a lesson about finding their inner strength and their determination to break free from an illusion. We get the Moon. We also get the 6 of Wands and then the 5 of Wands. So do you want to keep playing into these power struggles in these toxic relationships? Because victory lies on releasing the illusion that this is healthy. Because it's not. It's not healthy to be in a constant power struggle with somebody. That's not love. That's attachment. So I feel get ready for a revelation when it comes to being under the veil of illusion. And, you know, the Moon can indicate fear too. Where do you need to face your fears when it comes to trying something new? Learning something new with the Page of Swords, because we're kind of being asked to lay down these long-standing burdens and to take that first step in a new direction. And you might not know what the heck it is you're manifesting, but it's got to be better than where you've been at, because where you've been at, it's been a fight. It's been a struggle. It's been an ego struggle. And so with the 5 and the 3, we get, once again, the 2 and the 8. So very interesting. We got the 5 and the 3, which equals the 2 and the 8, and we got the 5 and the 3, which equals the 2 and the 8. So 2, decision, crossroads. 8 to me too is something needing to come back from the past, needing to be addressed in order to step into this new cycle, because we don't want our ships to sail away, especially when all of the work we've done is indicating brand new relationship cycles. Look at that, bottom of the deck, the Empress. So I feel, you know, somebody's getting ready to birth a brand new cycle. When you know your worth and you know your value, you don't play into these ego battles. You walk away. The Empress isn't going to fight with you. The Empress isn't going to play games with you. She's learned her lesson. She's a grown-ass woman. Likely has children. likely living the good life. She looks relaxed. She looks like she knows whatever she wants is coming to her, and she's patient. She's patient. She waits. And she, doesn't settle for less than what she deserves. She got her boundaries in place. She's authentic. She's loving, but she's also very guarded because the Empress goes through a lot of pain, a lot of labor pains to birth that brand new cycle. So I feel somebody here is getting ready to release the struggles. They're finding their passion for life again. But let's look into this moon energy because I do feel somebody here is very fearful of stepping into this new cycle. What is it that you want to work on? Because if you want to learn something new, if you want that new cycle in love, it might require you relocating and leaving a toxic situation behind, because the time is now to move this energy forward. We can't keep our foot stuck in the wheel. We can't keep ourselves from, learning these lessons. When we learn these lessons, then we take destiny into our own hands. But somebody has to actually get up and go. And it might require coming in with an offer. I think learning something new and maybe choosing a new direction in lovers. So, do you want that connection where you can be completely, authentically, rawly who you are? Because these two people are absolutely naked. And, that's how it's supposed to be. Two people absolutely raw, bare, authentic, and naked in front of the other. And that's where victory and success lies. So, release any past regrets, past disappointments. We can never go back and change the past. A lot of us fear commitment, I feel. A lot of us do. But I do feel a big decision being made with the lovers. So you could be dealing with Pisces, Taurus, Libra, Pisces with the moon and the Hanged Man, Leo with the Strength card, Gemini, Virgo with the Magician, and we do have air with the Queen of Swords. So let's see where this is going with the Three of Wands. I'm about to get a throat chakra block, so somebody might need to speak up. Where are you going? You're going towards balance and harmony. You're going towards what it is that you deserve. When you take that first step forward, you're going to learn something new. You're going to step into some fresh, new energy with the Page of Wands. You're going to step into balance, harmony, truth, and justice. And you're going to walk right into your happily ever after with the Ten of Cups. So release any lies from the past. Release any pain when it comes to people that have deceived you, lied to you, cheated on you, snuck away. Release any pain of any temporary relationships from the past. Go into the heart. Uncage your heart. Feel the pain. Feel the pain. Release the pain. Release the pain. Close it out. Offer yourself forgiveness and another forgiveness. And that's going to quickly bring in a passionate new relationship, a lot of communication, and it's going to get you out of this state of prolonged grieving. So I think get ready for some illumination when it comes to holding on to grief from the past that you kind of need to let go. Fives, it's kind of time to face the pain and to heal it. If you want to cross the bridge and the threshold to this beautiful, happy energy coming through with the sun, the happiest card in the deck, committed partnerships on the way, a spiritual marriage, a spiritual union, you kind of got to go into the depths of your emotions is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's get a couple last messages from Spirit. Had no idea where this was going, and it sure did go, didn't it? So be careful of where you self-sabotaged. We all are guilty of it. None of us are, free from that self-sabotaging energy, and really know when to walk away. When to walk away from whatever is dying that is dying, but you can't, maybe you're afraid to hurt somebody. It never feels good to hurt somebody. So know when to walk away, because if you don't, you're going to keep self-sabotaging, and somebody here needs to draw some boundaries in the sand. Purification, purify your space, break away from anything that's dying away, anything that's toxic, anything that isn't serving what it is you're trying to bring into your life. And that might require honoring your mind, your body, and your soul. So where do you need to take better care of yourself? Because that's what the Empress does. She's a nurturer. She loves herself. She fills her own cup. She takes care of everything. And I feel when you learn to take care of yourself the way your guides have been asking you, this is going to lead you to a lot of happiness, a lot of prosperity, and it's going to get you onto the pathway of a family that will love and support you. Whatever it is you've been seeking is seeking you too. So get ready, because there is a divine partner on your path. And this truly is a love like you will have never known before. But it's going to require you to dig deep into your inner demons and to face your shadow self and any adversities that you need to face when it comes to bringing this fresh air into your life. A breath of fresh air. I think we all could use a breath of fresh air right about now. So that's what I got for this bonus message, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin soul reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.